Good morning. We are Stick the Eagle, and we are not hiking northbound from Georgia to Maine anymore, but I thought that it'd be good to start sharing a little more details about the day as I also start to try to think about the Bible. But I woke up this morning, realized that daylight savings time occurred today. That was new. I didn't know that was coming. But I feel like when I go to record segments, I don't want to feel stress about each segment of video. I'd always just brought out the camera when I was hiking and just told you about the day and how things were going. So I'd like to do that a little bit more often now that I'm settling into teaching a little bit as much as I can. I had some cereal this morning. I want to go out for lunch and maybe get some good meals in, since it's the weekend, it's a Sunday right now. And then, of course, we're following football this afternoon. But I really want to start off the day with some Bible and some Bible verses. And I'd love to start off each day with that and bring you all through that commitment. Before I even get to the actual Bible reflection and start with Genesis, I'd like to just make a commitment to reading the Bible every day again like I used to. I see this verse as the first verse. I will never leave you nor forsake you, Hebrews 13 verse 5. That's enough right there. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Already, when I just open up the Bible again, I start feeling happier. I've been a little depressed a little bit because I'm not on trail. I'm just trying to get to the students, understand the students I'm teaching. And, it's as simple as either being on trail or opening up the Bible and taking a read. By the way, voted, got this sticker, so election day is in a day, so definitely get out there and vote for who you think is best. I will remind us that God should be our king and no one human being should be our king. We should always vote for who we believe has Christian values, and obviously that can be open to interpretation, but I think that's a good reminder to have, is think about our Christian values. As Psalm 118 verse 8 reminds us, it is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in man. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in man. So trust God, pray about it, and let God let God be the driving factor in this election. No single man or woman should be the driving factor in this election. Everybody should be vessels for God, and whoever's going to be the best vessel for God and bring God's will to the world and the country is who we should be trying to focus on. So I'm looking for someone who talks about God, who breathes God, who's Christian, who has Christian values. So that being said, remember that God never leaves us, and God never left us on trail. At times when everything that happened with my church happened, I felt alone, and I was wondering where God was at in that season because I was hurt. I was broken. I was like, I've done all that I can for this church, and this is what happens. I get accused of things that I'm not doing. But God sent me away to hike that trail and get closer to God through that, and that's a victory. Dragon reminds me of the green dragon, but it's the great dragon, some Chinese food here. definitely need to work on what I'm eating, so trying to get some things with vegetables and things, since I don't really have a lot of means to cook. I don't have the cookware that I normally cook with, but trying to get some healthy eating in. I do think that part of recognizing that God does not abandon us comes after the fact, because sometimes, like, even on trail, I didn't always see that God was working things out for me, or before trail, that God was working the trail out for me, that everything would work out. You don't always see that until you look back on it later. But now to look back on it, I see that God provided everything I needed for my hike. And then as I was finishing my hike and getting worried about the future, God provided exactly what I needed, the job that would get me through the next chapter of my life. And now I trust. I'm like, no matter how long this season lasts, no matter how long it lasts, I don't need to know that. God knows that. God is working that out for my future. God is never abandoning me. And I just know that I'm where I'm meant to be right now. I don't know how long it will be. It could be 1 year at this school. It could be 5. It could be 10 years. But I'm going to be dreaming of my next thru hike. I'm going to be dreaming of the PCT and maybe the CDT, and I'll be ready to take it on whenever the next rainy season comes. So that if it happens that I unexpectedly lose this opportunity at some point in my life, then I find myself no longer a teacher in Cleveland, I'm not lost. I have somewhere to turn, and that place is the trail. So God will lead me to where I'm supposed to be in each season. Yes, I want to be on trail. I miss the trail. I want to be there. But what will make me happy and satisfied is planning for it and being ready for it when God tells me that it is time for that to happen again. But for now, I'm going to embrace God and be with God and read scripture, because I find that the two things that make me happy are being in the woods on trail and then also reading scripture, just like I was this morning. This morning I woke up, it was sad, I slept late, which is good because I need to sleep late sometimes to catch up on sleep that I might lose during the week. But as soon as I opened up that Bible, which was my commitment to myself and to you that I would do that eventually, I felt so much better about myself. So that needs to be a commitment going forward, and it will be, and I'll share what I learn about each one of you from there. That verse, I will never leave you or forsake you, was the first verse that I saw in the opening page of the Bible before I even got into the actual words. So that was just meant to be for this moment. Thank you for being along with me for this journey, and I'm going to go enjoy my lunch as well as follow the Eagles, go Eagles, this afternoon. For now, I'll see you probably tomorrow. Because I'll try to keep that commitment going to open the Bible every day. But we do have the next month and a half where I won't be having any big hikes, but then I do have the Foothills Trail coming up after that. And then there's more adventures to come in 2025, which I know one of them, but I don't know many of the others. That will just come when it's meant to come. So just keep on embracing life, embrace this journey, and whatever trail you might be on in life, remember to embrace the journey and happy trails.